G'day guys, how you going? What I want to do for you today is show you another little Ripper project. It's called Wax. Some of you may have heard of it, but it's a good one to look into if you haven't already. I have heard about it in the past, and the whole market was down. Literally, this price is down about 37%. And yeah, as you can tell, just from literally just 24-hour period alone, you can see it was as low as $1.38. Now it's right back up. Yeah, so that's just a lot of FUD getting spread around at the moment, but that's crypto. Anyway, let me show you the price of. So let me show you the project and what it's all about. So essentially, it's a global decentralized marketplace for virtual assets and goods. Now, there's a company at the moment that's doing that in a centralized form, and they're moving to a decentralized, and that's Opskins. And let me just quickly show you their website. So obviously, this ICO got started maybe I think a couple of weeks ago, and it's finally launched, and this is now them obviously promoting it on their website. But if I scroll down here, you can see just exactly what it is these virtual goods are that people are buying. And you can see you can buy guns, bloody cigar hog masks, all sorts of things, you know. Guns, everything, you know. You got so many different things. You got different categories here, you know. You can buy gloves, keys, pistols. There's a massive market for it, which I'll show you in a minute, just the actual numbers in a sec. But as you can see, right below here is actual use cases for this Wax token at the moment. And yeah, and obviously you can see what this is actually worth all in USD at the moment. So, you know, a lot of cryptocurrencies at the moment will launch their ICO and probably not actually get their product out for a year or so, and it's just an idea that they're launching. But these guys are actually using this at the moment, and they have a massive user base at the moment. I think they've got millions of users already using this platform to buy virtual goods for any game they're actually using, whether that be Call of Duty, your Battlegrounds, CryptoKitties, near on anything. And look, the beauty of this is, right, and this is what really got my attention, was that it's essentially like an Airbnb, Amazon, where someone can actually go out and create a store and make money off it. So it's actually creating a lot of wealth for everyone else. So, for example, if I'm getting tongue-tied there. If I'm a gun developer, right, and I can create lots of these cool knives or whatever, and I can create a bit of a brand around that, for example, I can actually open my own virtual store and get paid in these Wax tokens. And, you know, and just look at the price that some of these are going for. And I've been told that some of these actual different virtual reality goods can go as high as about $100,000. So, you know, there's a huge market there, and this is only just beginning. This could be really the next big Amazon or the big, you know, essentially it is, but it's for the virtual good world. Anyway, that's just what I wanted to quickly run over with you. I'll go back to their website now just to run through everything, but that's just a good use case that these guys already have. So, yeah, you can tell it's legit. It's all working, and obviously this is a bit of how it's set up. So buyer, seller, say you're in America, this is a breakdown of how it works and why they moved to the decentralized method instead of a centralized method. So for example, obviously if I'm based in America and I'm Opskins, or I'm not exactly sure where they were based again, but say they're based in America and I'm in Australia and I want to buy this sword. So first of all, what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to transfer my AUD into USD, give it to this seller, then I'll get the sword. So you've got all these little roadblocks in the way. Look, if I want to buy that sword and I own the actual Wax token, it's going to be instant. It's going to be free, they say, if you actually use their token to purchase these goods, and it's going to be a peer-to-peer. So obviously I don't need to go to a centralized body to then purchase these goods. So I can hit the wealth spread out. And look, if I create my own virtual store, and I'm a developer and I'm actually producing swords, knives, jackets, or whatever it is that you can buy in the virtual world, which is, I can imagine, is next to, which is pretty much everything. You can, you know, there's a lot of room for movement. There's huge potential. Look, scroll down, just a bit of the Wax ecosystem, how it works. I didn't really want to get into it because it is quite a basic concept. There's a lot of interesting features in it, but to make a long story short, it's essentially a peer-to-peer network where people can trade virtual goods and have pretty much borderless payments and do it instantly and without the use of a third party. So yeah, a couple of other things, you know, this is it's only because it's just launched. There's only a few people that are actually working with it at the moment. You know, you can obviously get on your Jack's wallet and trade it. It's on Salt, your lending platforms, your Bancor, your Kyber network, and then this is the team. Now, this is the team behind Opskins, which are now also obviously Wax. And their advisory board, and just before I get to that advisory board, these guys are huge crypto players that have been in this game for a long time, so they all know what they're doing, and you can actually check out everything you want about these guys if you'd like to go do that. And I tried to remember everything that these guys were, what they've done in the past, but it's literally like reading a mini novel. And then look, and their advisors alone, like this is the creator of Call of Duty, and then you got the founder of Interplay. And then you got the ex-CEO of World of Warcraft. It's huge. Our founder and CEO of Breadwallet, which is an ICO that literally got launched recently. And, it's actually a crypto wallet. So these guys they got an awesome team behind this project. And, you can't really, never say never, but you can't really go wrong, really. Some upcoming events that are happening. I think it's the 9th of January today. Just a few other events to get a bit more public awareness out there. And a few things I wanted to dive through in the white paper with you. Now, it's a long white paper, but I'll get to the guts of it. So if I scroll down here, you'll see that it says each year 400 million gamers purchase 50 billion in virtual items worldwide. I don't know, if that doesn't say enough, I don't know what will. But anyway, this is the market problems that they're having, and they're talking about this friction that it has. I'll quickly read it for you. The vast majority of gamers who buy and sell virtual assets today are likely to have their items stolen or pay exorbitant fees through cross-border payment transactions unless they go to a centralized trading platform. This market friction is the key factor limiting the growth of this $50 billion market. So there's massive room for growth in this area. So as you can see, back in 2004, because it was such a small market, virtual goods were pretty much bought through things like Reddit. It was one of the platforms that these guys said they had to use. And then obviously there was a lot of scams and, susceptible to a lot of, people doing the wrong thing. Then it got moved into like a central market such as Opskins. So they made a safe and secure place where people could actually list their virtual goods and then people could pay them actual fiat currencies for it. And now they've gone on to the decentralized method and go, well, essentially, Opskins is one method where you can actually still list your virtual goods for these Wax tokens, but you don't actually need to even use Opskins now. They're creating a decentralized method where if I've got, say, some special knife that you want or some unique jacket or whatever it is, then I can literally do that payment from Australia over into America or Egypt or Russia or wherever it is. So that's going to be huge, and that's going to create less friction. Like they mentioned before, it's going to be a lot more borderless and instant. And so obviously one of the biggest issues, I suppose, is, if you don't even have a currency, you're from a third world country, for example, and you're trying to buy this and you need to exchange to US dollars, there's going to be a lot more roadblocks. Whereas if you just need to get, if you can just own some of these Wax tokens, then bang, you're done, you're ready to go. And it's going to be done securely as well. If I scroll down a bit further, where was it? I wanted to show you this as well. A bit of a distribution of how this is a little roadmap as well. So at the moment they're in their testnet phase, and they're actually not meant to be even launching anything until their fourth quarter, the end of this year. So really, that's just them launching, but really at the moment they've launching off their main website, which I'd like to quickly show you this as well. Opskins. If I go here, these guys are actually the biggest in their field at the moment, which is another thing that's very important to know. So here, the largest and safest marketplace in the world, and you can go through here and read just a little bit on why exactly that is and how they're pretty much dominating this area, and the fact that these guys have now created their own cryptocurrency, which they're backing with all these major players, is pretty huge. Obviously there is a big circulation at the moment, but it is a big market. What else do we have? Where was it? Here, this is what I wanted to show you. So all the tokens are essentially out there, right? Wax team founders, 20% of the tokens went to them. Contributors and advisors, 15% went to them. 30% went to market development, and then token sales essentially for people like you or me that actually want to use the token. and here's just the use of proceeds. So really, they're just going to be doing it on the development, market development, and then your operational overheads. And this is the last bit. So currently, online video games trading off virtual assets for online games and other gaming types is approximately 50 billion. Opskins, the world's largest video game virtual goods trading marketplace with millions of registered buyers and sellers, is developing wax to expand virtual asset trading. As Amazon is to physical goods, Opskins is to virtual goods. You know, that's huge. What does it say here? Amazon built to their Amazon marketplace, allowing millions of entrepreneurs to open up their own trading virtual store. Opskins is building a decentralized wax platform, allowing millions of traders to create their own virtual store, starting with thousands of gaming sites today in the virtual goods ecosystem. With Wax, millions of individuals can create new businesses based on their passion for video games, offering buy, sell, rent, or trade capabilities to their social networks, extending the market far beyond what it is today. That was a selling point for me. So, look, you can dive in a little deeper. I didn't want to, obviously, that was just one little quick bit I wanted to read for you. But, you know, if you've got a bit of time, you know, I think it's a very good project and has a lot of room for growth. I think at the moment there's only really one other kind of competitor. I mean, sorry, there is a few, but when it comes to this space, I think it's Game Credits is the other one, which I still need to look into a little bit more, but I think these guys have been around for a little bit longer. You know, and this is the price they are. But then again, in saying that, they do have a lower circulating supply. But like they said, $50 billion market industry at the moment, and you know, you got things like virtual reality coming out. It's just times are changing. You know, there's a lot of room for growth in this actual gaming industry. And look, guys, something I'm invested anyway. I think it's a great project. You know, the price currently at the moment is sitting at $1.68. Just quickly refresh that. There you go, $1.73. But you know, obviously it's crypto. Things move fast. If you want to pick this up, you can actually go to markets, and this is where I've had to go buy it. Is this Huboy? I don't even know if I'm pronouncing that right. But yeah, look, or Ether Delta. You know, if you're a bit more experienced, and you can pick it up a bit cheaper by the looks of it. But I don't know how much. There's not much volume happening there, but yeah, you know, you have to go check those things out. So look, guys, that's just my take on it anyway. It's something I'm invested in. I think it's a good project, and I reckon it's got a lot of room for growth. It's only just come out on the market. You know, you can time this if you want. I mean, this has, you know, just in 24 hours, not even a couple of hours ago, like I mentioned before at the start of this video, you could have picked this up for literally $1.36. It's almost $1.73 now. But yeah, you know, check out their social media pages, guys. They've got a real live community. One of the best things with this is that they're actually backed by one of the biggest company leaders, which is that Opskins is pretty much taking these guys by the hand, which is essentially them, I suppose, and literally getting them a lot of awareness out there. And like I mentioned before, if you look down here, they've got a lot of conventions they're going to still. They're going to be getting the word out there. To me, it's got a lot of room for growth. You can check out the community behind it. It's just, it's massive. It's going to be huge. But anyway, guys, I won't hold you up any longer. I hope you liked the video. Be sure to like and subscribe anyway, and let us know what you think if you're invested. I'd like to know what your thoughts are on it. But otherwise, yeah, guys, hope it's been helpful. See you on the next one.